everybody. Welcome back to Roll20 Presents Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Blue Jay, I assume, will be returning eventually. So in the meanwhile, I guess this would be slightly ahead time-wise, because you guys, like, there was a full long rest between.
Yeah.
Okay, but then again, we don't know how long Jewel was unconscious, so that's okay.
That is also true.
Okay, so we can just line these up. That's fine. That's a great thing about character unconsciousness is that it can be as long or as short as I need it to be. So, meanwhile, the group of you stand thwarted by a stone door. And so I think we fade in on the group of you standing here, and Rainier looking at the door kind of awkwardly like, then Mayloon turns to you with his big square face, and he says, well, somebody got the key, or are we just going to stand out here all day? And he shifts his big heavy battle axe.
Unfortunately, we have 2/3 of the key. I didn't think the door would be closed again. The other third of the key is that we need someone who is some sort of shapeshifter. Before we had a doppelganger, but I don't think she'd come back.
I mean, she doesn't have to voluntarily come back.
Good luck taking her forcefully.
I wasn't going to do it. We have this big, strong warrior that likes to tie people up.
And he just squints at you like, shut up, you. Rainier scratches his head and he says, well, I mean,
either of you don't know someone, do you?
I could be that I could ask around. I know plenty of people who know people.
Time is of the essence.
Yes, of course. Jewel being kidnapped and all. Have we had any parley with the Castellanters?
Well, we had a letter delivered to us, saying the terms, but other than that, no.
Well, let's just hope they're not on too quick a timeline. Would be that I could just pay the ransom myself and then make it up with my father's stolen gold.
Seriously, you have that much money?
No, that's what I'm saying. I wish that I did.
Oh, right. Mayhaps. I'm Waterdavian. I don't know.
He looks at you, Ren, and he says, so to that then, put the word out that we're in search of a doppelganger or other shapeshifter, and then to hope.
I still think we should just get the one we already know about.
I sincerely doubt she'll want to come. She was quite injured when I dragged her away last time. And I think you're probably right, Rainier. That's the fastest way that we're going to get somebody here.
Does it count if I can change my own shape?
I don't know. Ask the door.
And Mayloon looks at you and he says, I don't know how it works for your kind, but that's not the sort of shape-shifting these sorts of things tend to need. I mean, I'm going to get grayer and fatter every day, but it doesn't make me a shapeshifter.
It was just a thought.
Well, he sighs and he's like, I was all fired up for some action, but...
How is a Rin like a raven? Maybe that would be enough. Weren't you once another thing?
Once. I didn't do it myself.
I don't know.
The sad cleric has a point. Does anybody know a wizard that could shape change somebody temporarily into something else? That might do it.
Yes, I know a wizard.
Oh, right. Well, maybe we should do that. I mean, no offense, Lord Neverember, but... and he's like, none taken. I mean, this could take some time. But if we have a faster solution... He looks at you, Ren.
Yes, why not? I'm already in this deep. Fine. Let's go and talk to...
I do love dredging up past trauma.
All right. So you want to go back to Alistair's wizard lair?
We shall go back to Alistair's wizard lair.
Oh boy. So are you all going together, or like who do you choose to go with?
I really want to go.
You can come. Everybody can come if they want to. I don't know if the NPCs want to come. I don't know.
So Mayloon, Rainier is like, I'm going to go.
I don't think Rin wants to go by herself. That's definitely a thing.
So Mayloon says, he's like, I'll stay here, just in case. Watch the place, in case the Castellanters come try to open it for themselves.
Good idea. Anyone that comes by that's not us, probably not working with us.
Maybe I'll get a chance to put my axe to use after all. And Renier says, good, right. Well, I'll go and put the word out. And when should I meet you? Back here?
Back here, not too long from now. This evening?
I don't know what time it is, but yes.
Neither do I, but
Right?
I'm just assuming
Yeah, we
this
can-
evening is enough time.
Yeah, we can pick like a certain number of hours. He's gonna go. So he says, I'll return to the yawning portal and put word out. Really, all I have to do is tell Floon, and he'll tell everyone else he knows. But I'll put word in the right ears and see what I can come up with.
We'll see if this is faster, I suppose.
Okay. All right. So 3, 2, 1 break. Everybody goes off in their different directions. Rin, Makaria, and 8, you are going to go. I guess Rin, you're going to a familiar.
I know Makaria wants to come real bad.
I feel like Blue Jay wants Makaria to come real bad, which is good. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. This interaction will be fun. And 8, are you coming with us, or you have some other task?
Yeah, you seem worried, so 8 says.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. All right. Cool. Perfect. Let's be on our way. The 3 of us. So I imagine it's like the tense walk across town for Rin, at least.
Yeah.
And then to the gates of this manor house that we've seen once before.
Yeah, and the house is like some fucking straight up like Tim Burton shit. Like it's got all the like the towers, and it's like dark, and you can see birds kind of like flying around the house, like coming and going from the like rookery up at the top, and like yeah, it's a spooky haunted manor basically when you arrive.
I wait at the gate like last time. The gate's got to open somehow, and I can't open it with my hands. I know this much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the other 2, and I just go, he likes to make people wait. Just patience, and the gate will eventually.
Yeah, try and push the gate open myself.
Yeah, I mean it's locked, it's shut, like rattles in your hands. You see when you look up in the like the tower, you can see a cloaked like form kind of lurking in one of the upper towers, right? Like clutching the edge of the fucking thing, looking down at you.
This fellow really does like birds, doesn't he?
He does, yes.
Yeah, and so after a moment passes, yeah, there's like a rattle, and then the gate like slowly opens.
And in we go.
Mm-hmm.
Down towards the door, and I imagine into the foyer of like the previously described, ostentatious portraits and shit that we saw the last time we were here.
Spooky manor full of portraits.
Unless it has
that, like,
somehow
follow
changed
you.
since then, but I'm just
No. He's like there's various levels of wizard, right? There's the wizard where when you go there it's different every time, and like high level magic. This is the creepy sorcerer that lives. This is old man Alistair, right? Like you come in and there's this dusty manor house where he obviously lives alone. There are these enormous oil paintings of like a scowling patriarch kind of figure with like a bird on his shoulder. And actually, Rin, you're in one of these, right? Like there's this picture of him like clutching his staff, and you're sitting on his shoulder, looking all glossy and feathered. But of course, no one recognizes you.
No one recognizes me, and I don't point it out.
Yeah, so you're forced again. Like he makes you wait in here a moment.
Standing in the foyer.
Yeah, so you all come in, and then the doors like close shut behind you. Lanterns illuminate of their own desire, and you're hanging out in this sort of dusty manner.
Ugh, wizards.
I like scowl at her in a like respect kind of way, like no, not the place.
There's probably a cool skull somewhere. I'm gonna look at the cool skull.
You like walk off a couple of steps to go look at something on a pedestal or whatever, and immediately my first response is, "Don't touch anything. You don't want to touch anything."
Yeah.
Is that what happened to you? Did you touch
Perhaps.
something? I'm like this far away from doing the I'm not touching it thing, but I think I'm just a little bit like older than that.
Like there's a slight sensibility of like I shouldn't touch this actually.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You're trying to be a shit, but some part of you is like, if I touch this, I might get evaporated.
Yeah.
I did come here uninvited the first time. Is basically my only statement here. Is that what happened to you?
Mm-hmm. You hear from one of the upper hallways a slowly increasing in volume rhythmic tapping sound. And there's a like tap, 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 and it gets like slowly louder and louder. And Rin, you recognize this as the sound of Alistair's walking stick clicking on the wooden floor. Yeah, his staff on the floor. There's
Is he a pirate wizard? Does he have a peg leg?
There is a creak as the door above opens, and out onto the I'm sure it has a name. It's like a portico or a mezzanine or something. The place you stand where you want to look down into
your foyer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the stairs come around either side. There's like the little rounded part up top, and you see emerge into the light a wizened elderly figure. Yeah, landing. That's right. A wizened elderly figure wearing long glossy black robes. He's got kind of the Mr. Burns where he's like bald on top and has like some hair down, but it's like
I remember we've described him before, and I feel like you're describing him differently. Is it the same guy?
No. So this is you see this is a thing about Alistair, right?
Okay.
As he changed your shape, so too does he change his own to fit what appearance he wants to make, right? He's a transmuter by trade.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, totally. Yes, good. That's a good catch. Yeah. So you see this like strange, creepy, like wizened looking like old man appear, but you recognize him, right? Like the eyes are the same. He has a vanity that no matter what shape he takes,
like the face is
he
similar.
just loves. He thinks his eyes are like his best feature, and so they're always the same. And so he comes to the edge of the landing and curls a gnarled hand over the banister and looks down and scowls at you and he says, "Guests, come late this eve."
It's like it's afternoon.
It's getting dark. It's dark.
Oh.
He says, "What brings you to my home?"
I have brought some guests with me this time, but I was hoping to ask you a favor.
Guests, is it, Rin?
Friends.
It would please me to meet your friends. For so long, all you had were the others. Good to see you've made some changes. And he starts coming down the stairs. And can you make an insight check?
Of course. Gotta open my character sheet 1 second. I was not prepared to make a roll right now. There.
Okay.
It's an 11.
You recognize the tone. You can't quite pick up on what he's getting at, but you recognize this tone as he's just like, I'm gonna be mean and I'm gonna play with you.
He's like, it's the like malicious sort of undertone of it.
Oh, look how well you've done out there in the world without me.
Yeah. And I'm sure Macaria will enjoy it.
He comes slowly down the staircase. His staff, which you recognize, has been reformed into like a wizened like cane, basically.
Like the Emperor Palpatine's.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and he's just like coming down the stairs, and he gets to the bottom, and he says to, I guess probably to Macaria, he says, "So, you're Rin's new friends. Come closer, girl. Let me have a look at you." And he like gestures with his like gnarled hand.
Macaria like rolls her eyes like, ugh, old people, and like comes forward and is just like, "Yes, hello. I guess you could call us friends. I'm Macaria Rada. You wouldn't have heard of me yet, but soon, probably."
He like looks you up and down, and I'm trying to think. Like we talked about this before. You look like a Kellamverite.
Yes.
She has like the black cloak with the skulls, but then the Kellamvor robes, right?
Yeah.
And he scowls and he says, "What are you? Some sort of fledgling necromancer?"
Fledgling.
And he chuckles and he says, I've killed and brought back more men than you've seen in your life, little girl. You toy with forces you don't understand.
Yes, well, you're ancient, so I guess I have lots of time to catch up, don't I?
You should be so lucky.
Rena's standing at some perfect attention right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, straight back, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, and he slowly, like, makes his way over to 8. And 8, he just starts, like touching you like you're a piece of furniture or a thing, right? And he says, "Where did you find this hunk of junk, Rin? Scavenged in some back alley somewhere."
You'll have to ask him yourself.
And he scowls and he says, "I don't talk to things." And he like, 8, he takes your wrist and like holds your arm up and lets it go to see if you drop it, and like pokes at your armor. Do you do anything?
I punch him right in his mouth. I punch him. I'm sorry.
You know what?
I hate him.
You shoot a
No,
dragon, you punch a
that's-
wizard. I think you're improving.
That's the right move.
All right, hang on a second. Let me see here. I
I
mean, you know, this isn't gonna turn into like a full-on like fight
No.
necessarily, unless you want one. But I need to check to see the stats on what would be an appropriate wizard, so I can check.
Yeah, like a high-ish level wizard.
Yeah.
Check AC, I guess.
Exactly.
Wizard.
Yeah. Yeah, this seems appropriate.
God, I'm gonna apologize so quickly if this hits. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. This isn't bad.
I like it. I like it, Dave. It's fine. It's good. Don't worry about it out of game. It's great.
All right, cool.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and here I'm gonna add I think, let's see. Well, let's see. It's a reaction to cast shield, right? So there's no
It is a reaction, yes.
there's no yeah, there we go. There's a spell. There's no like need for an initiative roll. Okay. All right. So make an attack roll. Okay, even with the shield spell. So yeah, right. So 8. What does it look like when you take the swing? So you describe the beginning of the swing. I'll describe the hit, and then we can roll damage, or you just deal it, or whatever. But
yeah, sure. Like he holds up 8's arm, and yeah, like you said, does the thing, expects it to drop, and I guess he probably turns to look at Rin because he's only been talking to her, and 8 turns as well. And there's like a second that you probably realize that 8's going to do it.
And I definitely think there's like a window, like in that.
Yeah, it's like the hand is up, been pulled up, and it just like sideways, like.
I kind of almost like it better if you just like bonk him on top of the head.
so you swing out, and he like looks like legitimately surprised, and he throws his hands up, and a shield of force unfolds like the wing of a bird, like the feathers of energy, and your fist just goes right through it. It just shatters, and you hit him in the face, and he spins, and he falls to the floor. And
minimum damage. That's sad.
Okay, and then he responds, and no one gets a saving throw for this effect, and he exempts Rin from it. But he looks up, and everything is frozen, like just frozen in place.
Shit. Oh, no.
So like, yeah, he just like waves his arms, and then like
Time stop shit.
yeah, 8 just like freezes in place. And Makaria is like in mid laugh, and like like we get this like slow, expensive pan around of everything being frozen. And he gets up, and he like wipes the blood off his face.
I'm so sorry. He doesn't understand exactly what is. Like it's like she's on her knees already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of very familiarly apologizing for something that has gone very wrong.
Yeah. Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. 20.
Okay. All right. So he sneers, and he's still got this like smear of like blood on his face. He sneers at you, and he says, "What are you doing here?" And I think he shifts back to his like more
The
because
like
he's
taller,
not
broader
actually an old
figure.
man. Yeah. So he like straightens up, and his nose shrinks, and his hair goes like black, and his hairline fills back in, and yeah, and he becomes more like imperious. His staff shifts back, and he's staring down at you. Yeah, and he says, "Why have you come here?"
And from her knees, she like looks up at him and says, "We need a favor. We need a shape shifter to open a door. It's part of the key. And I thought of no one better at such a thing than you, Master."
And he like smiles slightly, and he says, "Well, it's good you've learned something from our time together, but you must know no favor comes without a price."
Tell me what you want.
And he grins, and that smile is like just like he knows he's got you. And he says, "For the use of my magic." And yes, I know that time stop has a limited duration, but we're just pausing for like a scene, right? It's dramatic. It's not combat. It's a cutscene. So yeah, he says, yeah, he grins, and he says, "You know, I've had other servants since you left. Other birds have come and gone from my rookery, but none pleased me so as you did. I am a fair man, and your crime's punishment had run its course. But we do so miss you here, Rin."
So you're asking me to come back? Is that what you want for the use of your magic?
Casting of a simple spell in exchange for, I think, merely a year of your time.
Another year to get through the door, get the money, get you all free. She's like talking to herself quietly about this.
And he says, "You needn't pay it now. I'll come calling when I need you. But call I will."
Fine. Yes. Done. A year.
And yeah, he snaps his fingers, and in front of him, appears a book you have seen many times. It like unfolds in front of him. This is his ledger, right, where he keeps all of his notes about who owes him what, and like all the various like little strings he can pull. And next to it, floating in the air, a perfect midnight black raven's feather, dripping with ink. And the feather, as you watch, writes on the page, like in exchange for the casting of a spell, 1 year of your life, and then there's a space for you to sign, and the book floats before you.
I like stand up, because I think this is a thing to do standing. And reach over and I take the feather, and Rin signs out her name in like a very sort of stylish script, and then like puts it back between the pages of the book.
Yeah, and the book closes and disappears.
And like drops it in the book.
Yeah. And when that happens, when the book slams shut, Makaria and 8, you snap out of the frozen time. And 8, now he's standing, like you punched him, and now he's standing over there.
And he looks different.
Yeah, and he looks different. Rin is talking to a different wizard now. And Makaria, you were in like mid-laugh, and then, and everything is like shifted around. And Alistair looks at you, 8, and he says, "I'll forgive you that trespass, as I'm fond of your friend," and looks at Rin. "But I believe our business here is conducted."
Things have been dealt with, yes. So we need the casting of that spell.
Very well. And I think you get a saving throw, but I think you can also just forego it.
Issue saving throw.
Yeah.
We need the spell.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Wizards.
What's the difference between polymorph and true polymorph?
True polymorph is. I'm not entirely sure. It's a big difference though.
Yeah, because it's a 4th or double spell.
I think it may have to do with mental stats.
Reference to normal form, yada yada yada.
It's not going to be that spell because even true polymorph
Doesn't exactly do what.
He's got a different polymorph spell.
It's
Yeah.
a magic.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't actually matter what spell he casts on you. He turns you into a bird.
Yeah.
So he he just says very well, and he turns to you, and you hear his voice, and it's this kind of rasping, like the way he casts spells sounds like if you taught a raven a Sumerian, right? And he chants, and the air is full of glyphs for a moment. When he finishes. Rin, do you want to describe what it looks like when Rin turns into bird form?
I think it is like very it's very like quick metamorphosis, if you know what I mean. Like it all happens very quickly, and there's sort of this like cloud of black feathers and like this, like you said, like glyphs in the air and so forth. And then on the ground where Rin had been standing, there is a black raven, glossy feathered, sort of looks up and like gives the birdiest shrug that it can.
Yeah.
It reaches down like with one finger and like puts it for you to hop up onto.
And there's like a moment of hesitation and like a little stretching, as if like being like, this is weird again. You know, like I've been away from this long enough that it's weird again. And she like hops up onto 8's hand and like, makes her way up to a shoulder.
Look at that.
Sits there politely.
Does she weigh as much as she did when she was, bigger, or where does all that extra?
Are you talking to Alistair?
No.
I assume you are.
Could you turn anything into a creature?
And
I mean,
he sneers and he says, "Get out of my house before I turn you into a corpse." And he turns and he starts walking up the stairs.
Yeah, like I already paid him, so.
Yeah.
Very all right.
I didn't realize that punching him would actually get us what we wanted.
Well, you should do it more often, 8.
I agree.
There's a raveny croak from Rin, like.
Oh, shush! Now neither of us can understand you.
And Rin, you probably saw in the book a new line that had been added before yours that was like Rin's construct friend, and then the dead Owing was like a slow and painful disassembly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, like for sure that Alzer is not gonna just let that punch go.
Yeah.
Well, there are lots of people who want to disassemble.
Oh, wait, was Rin holding the? No, I took them from
No,
her.
you have them.
Yeah.
I was like, where did all her stuff go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Wait, did Rin have any money on her? Is it still on her? When will she change back? Perhaps we should go.
How close are you to me while you're saying all this stuff?
I mean, 8 is really tall.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, it would be difficult. I was like, can I bite you?
I mean, you could
Creep on
fly,
ahead.
do whatever.
No, I'll just not. It's not worth it.
No, we'll leave.
Okay.
Don't wanna be
All right. Yeah. And so you head out.
stuck in that.
So let's cut back to Jewel. So Jewel, meanwhile, in the creepy sub basement of Castellanter Estate, what are you doing? If you take an hour, you can just figure out exactly what this weapon does. If you want, you can try to take a long rest and get all your stuff back.
Very tempting.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know how long she's got. She's not really sure what's happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, if you do exactly nothing and 8 hours pass, it's a long rest, right? Like you don't have a lot of choice. So, the other thing is like, there's been no indication that you're put here to be interrogated. And they the
Right.
Castellanters know everything you know. They were in the vault.
I think like at some point it probably occurs to her that she's being kept as a hostage, and she's honestly surprised that they're keeping her as a hostage and not just pretending that they kept her as a hostage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think the first thing will just be the Castellanter Lord Caledorn mentioned like an effigy.
Yeah, somewhere an effigy to evil.
Yeah, so she's gonna take at least a cursory look for an evil effigy. Just
in
like,
this particular area.
in this particular area. She's like, was he talking about this crypt? I feel like he meant something in their house, but she wants to double.
You find no effigy of evil in this business.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing down here.
Well, she sort of shrugs, and I think then it'll be attuned to the mace. So she'll take the hour and attune to it because she can use it.
Okay.
And attuning to it is better than not attuning to it.
Yeah, I mean, so like you get your long rest. 8 hours pass.
Okay. Yeah, she just gets real bored.
Yeah.
She starts graffitiing on the walls, like.
Yeah. Yeah. The Black Viper gets a little like antsy because it's dark, right? And so, you know, she's not super excited about being down here in the dark by herself. It's basically like solitary confinement, right?
I think knowing that the Black Viper can't see, Jewel will basically talk to her unless the Black Viper doesn't talk back. Like unless the Viper seems like she's fallen asleep, like Jewel will just be conversational because she knows that like her person that she admires a lot is becoming uncomfortable, and knowing someone else is there might help.
Yeah. Okay. That does help. Yeah, it does help her. Like, so you're going to attune to this weapon. Let me tell you about it. So this is the Golden Chalice of Syamorph. It is a mace of disruption. It is a plus. I don't think it's a plus anything mace, but while you hold it, it can shed bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. So a golden light emerges from it if you choose, once you attune to it. Also, when you you shake it a little bit. When you hit a fiend or undead with this magic weapon, that creature takes an extra 2d6 radiant damage. If it has 25 or fewer hit points after taking that damage, it must succeed at a DC 15 Wisdom save or be destroyed. On a successful save, that creature becomes frightened of you until the end of your next turn. Never, ever let Macaria know about this weapon, because it would be, like, to her, the worst, like, abomination. Like, this kind of thing is, like, yeah, it's an anti-undead, like, holy mace, and it would be her divine prerogative to, like, hurl it into a volcano.
Do mace!
Yeah, never let Macaria anywhere near this thing.
But this should be really useful when those little devils come after us.
Yeah, it's really good for hitting fiends or undead. So I will add the Golden Chalice to your
cool.
To your
She's like, hey, we got a light, and she shakes it on.
Yeah, it's like one of those flashlights you have to shake really hard. Let me see if I can just drag and drop it.
That'd be handy.
It's a mace of disruption. Yeah, there it is. Right.
Oh my gosh. I just realized something.
What's up?
Oh, she probably doesn't have her paper bird on her anymore. Like that piece of paper, they probably took it.
Oh, the message paper.
Yeah.
Okay, and this 2d6 damage is
You
versus.
don't need to calculate sneak. You can't sneak with a mace.
Yeah, it just auto does that for all of for all of a rogue's attacks. So let me see.
I can turn it on and off. I just don't.
Exactly. It's just on right now. I'm just checking to make sure that it does the macro properly. All right, Golden Chalice of Syamorph. I'm rolling very bad with it. There you go. Versus fiends or undead. Perfect. Okay.
Sweet.
All right. Also, because you have time to check it, the armor is a suit of +1 plate armor.
She's like, we'll come back for that, but I'm not going to wear it.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to wear it.
And so now I guess you glow. So let me give you a little light radius here. So 40 and 20 and now. Boom. Okay. So when you hold the mace,
it's really bright.
Yeah, she kind of like squints.
Do you feel better now?
And like outside in the hallway, we see under the door, like boom, like light glowing under the doorway. Yeah. And she's like, wow, that's impressive. Now you have a grail-shaped beacon. Nice work.
As opposed to a beacon-shaped grail, which is maybe more better. This probably isn't good for sneaking. And she's like, off. Turn off.
You can't. You have to like drop it or put it away, basically, for it to turn off.
Oh, this is the worst. I hope 8 really likes this. Like, puts it on the ground.
Yeah, you just lay it down and it turns off. Okay.
She's like, I'm never gonna use this after today, but I hope I get to murder someone.
And and so the Black Viper's like, hey, you turned off the grail. Like squints. She's like, well, it's dark again.
I mean, they're gonna know that we have something if they come in here and we have a big glowing orb attached to a stick.
That's true. That's true. But we're not getting out of here anyway, right? The door is still shut. And we could try to force it. It's going to make a lot of noise, but then you knocking over the skeleton kind of made a lot of noise, and they didn't come down here. Do you think we're just meant to die of
I didn't knock
thirst?
the skeleton over. It just collapsed under its own weight.
She's not looking at you because she's not exactly sure where you are, but she like makes a face at the wall near you, like, really? The wall, really?
I mean, do you want to try and break out of here? I'm not good at breaking things.
She says, well, it's been half a day already.
It's true.
And I don't know about you, but I could use a
quest.
drink.
She picks up the mace and goes,
Whang, it turns back on. I need like a way to just automatically give you different light sources.
we were told to go avenge the castle enters, so.
And she nods and she's like, yeah, sure. I mean, you were. This is your quest. So, but I mean, getting out of here seems like a good idea. What do you think? And she like looks at the door. It's kind of sturdy, but
being in here,
it's like
smacks it with the mace.
Clunk. The mace hits the door, and she laughs. She's like, "That's not exactly what I meant. I mean, we could." And she like makes the like let's like shoulder the door at the same time gesture. Like hitting it with the mace probably like
fine. 8 would have done it this way. I would have picked the lock.
Mm-hmm.
She will work with the Black Viper to attempt to shoulder open the door.
Okay. So let's make an athletics check with advantage.
Well, I'm glad I had advantage.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So let's see. 12 I think 12 is enough. Like it's not meant to withstand like a bunch of like beatings. Like it's just a thinly locked door. So the door's weight itself carries your momentum. There's a snap inside the door, and
looks at the Black Viper and just is like,
open.
We really should have done this earlier, but at least I got a nap in.
Yeah, and she says to you, she's like, well, yeah, and now you got that thing. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna stay behind you. So when you look out,
I can turn the light off.
She puts her hands up like, cool, you could lead me through the dark, I guess, if you wanted. So ahead of you, there's a dusty chamber. But right in front of you, that stone like thing, it's stairs. It's stairs coming from above. And let me see, because now I have like 7 million tabs to look at. It's a staircase leading down from somewhere above. You don't know how deep underground you are, but it's just a curled stone staircase that goes upstairs.
Why don't you check if there's anything else down here that we should worry about, and then I'll wait here and we'll walk up the stairs.
Wait, what? You want her to go and look around?
Well, I guess she's like, you're not going to be able to see.
Yeah. She's
what
like,
happens if you hold this? And
yeah.
She hands
how about
the
you
mace
give
to
me the
her.
mace? You give it to her. It turns off.
Okay, great. I'm going to go look around.
And she just kind of shakes it and she's like, go on. But it doesn't, obviously. But your eyes adjust to the light, and now you can attempt to skulk out into the hall if you'd like.
Yeah, so she steps out and
Okay.
she's just gonna do like a pass around and just make sure, like, is there anyone down here? Because if they go up, she doesn't want anyone coming after her.
Okay, make a stealth check.
That she shall.
Okay.
21.
All right. So you peer around. Which corner do you want to look around? Here? Here? Do you want to go down?
Yeah, let's
there?
start from the bottom and then work our way up. So she'll start down here.
Okay.
Check that one.
All
Then the
right.
middle one. Then the next one.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, up here, just as a note, because I need to look at the description because we just have these plain walls. So when you look up in this direction, in this alcove, there is. Let me describe it. An 18-foot high, 9-foot wide portrait. It is an oil painting. 18 feet high. It's a fucking like a billboard. 18 feet high, 9 feet wide portrait in a gilded frame that depicts a strikingly handsome and impeccably dressed bearded man with small horns protruding from his forehead. He carries a ruby-tipped cane.
She looks at it and she laughs.
The ruby rod.
It is. It is. So yeah, there's this handsome horned man in this enormous, expensive looking painting.
The Gaslanders are fucking up themselves. So she'll come back to that in a minute.
Okay.
And she checks down in that bottom.
Okay. Yeah. So go down there and you peer around the corner. Yeah, you can see far enough to see into this larger chamber. In this room, you see wooden cots against the south and north wall. The west wall has some kind of carvings that you can't make out from this distance. And I'm gonna roll. Okay, in the beds. There are six figures. They are asleep. So let me just put these fellows on here. There you go. So there are some people asleep in the beds.
Oh. I think Jewel says very quietly to herself.
Mm-hmm.
How did they not hear us open that door? She like skulks back to the Black Viper and she's like, there are 6 people asleep in beds. They didn't hear us open the door. It was loud, right?
It was like kind of loud.
Oh. Maybe we just leave them here, or do we try and murder them?
You like come back to like whisper.
Yeah.
Okay. She's just like clutching the mace. She's like, I want to get out of here. So
Okay.
I don't really care about. I mean, normally I'd be all for murdering them in their sleep, but I don't really have my murder implements. So
But they probably have murder implements. Do you want me to see if I can steal one?
she scowls you like, oh God, yes, but like, if you can find like a dagger or a short sword or something, maybe, but be careful. Don't wake them up.
Okay. Jewel's gonna go and try and find something. Very quietly goes back.
Okay.
And
back in there.
sneaksy.
Okay.
They still seem to be asleep.
They do still seem to be asleep. One of them rolls over and it's like, yeah, hellfire.
She would like to go up and like, can she see if any of their stuff is there?
Yeah. So they have they each have next to their bed, they have like pegs where they hang their cultist robes and they're like scimitars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She would like to go to the nearest one.
Skulk over. Okay.
She's like, I only need one. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just going to try and take one scimitar.
Okay. All right. So you like reach over and you have to like reach over the sleeping guy. Can you make a sleight of hand check?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my inspiration
Okay, yeah, that's a good call.
for advantage right now. Oh,
nice.
25.
Okay, so I'll roll against you here.
Okay. Oh god.
So they have disadvantage for being asleep, but they're all essentially helping each other. So it's just a flat roll. So as you reach over, and the one that's like next to you, like he mumbles again and kind of rolls, and you freeze. And he like rolls over again, and you take the scimitar and you like slowly lift the belt off of the hook, and it like rattles a little, and the cultist like sits up, stock straight, and he's like, "Ah, paladins!" And he like lies back down, goes back to sleep, and and you just like clutch the scimitar to your chest and skulk away. And later he's gonna be like, I had the weirdest dream. I swear I woke up and there was a cat sitting on the end of my bed. We don't have any cats down here. And yeah, you skulk away, scimitar in tow.
Cool. She can't actually use a scimitar, so she will give it to the Black Viper and hope that the Black Viper can use it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Technically, it's a martial weapon.
Mm-hmm. I think probably she can't then, because she's got a bunch of like rogue abilities. Like she can't in the sense she can use it, but she'll just be at a penalty to use it.
Well, it's better than nothing. So she hands her the scimitar.
I think that's
Just like,
her.
sorry.
That's her response. Like you give it to her, and she's like, "Oh, kind of heavy," and like tips it back and forth, and looks at you like, "Well, it'll do."
Actually, wait. No, it's a finesse weapon, but it's martial. That's so weird.
Right. You don't have proficiency, but it works for
Yeah,
sneak attack.
but she can use it for sneak
She
attack.
can use her dexterity and her sneak attack, but she doesn't
Have her proficiency bonus. So
yeah.
definitely better than nothing. Probably better than a mace, arguably, for a higher level rogue.
Yes. Yeah. You just don't add your proficiency bonus to it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Rogues get special proficiency with rapiers, which is the only martial weapon they can use.
There you go. So weird. Okay.
So she's like, she kind of is like, do I take the mace back? It's very bright. Let me check up the stairs really fast.
Okay. So now she's just holding this like
A mace and a
mace in her
scimitar.
hand,
She's like,
yeah.
it's really
Okay.
awkward.
All right, and so you're like, okay, let me just go check upstairs. All right, and so you you like head up the stairs. Okay, so at the top of the stairs, you find yourself in a sort of like hexagon shaped room. There are 2 doors or 3 doors down here on the other end. There is a staircase directly in front of you leading up, and then there's another kind of T intersection up here. And let me just check to see if there's anything else in this area. I don't want to accidentally miss an 18-foot tall oil painting, so give me a half second. In this area, yeah, here we go. Okay, so yeah, you ascend 20 feet up a spiral staircase into this area. You can hear faint sounds of chanting coming from the northwest. It's like up here somewhere. And down here there are, weirdly, and I don't know why they didn't keep you in here. Well, I know why, but you don't know why. There are cells. 3 cells with iron banded wooden doors. Yeah, down there.
Oh God, this seems like a terrible idea. There's chanting.
There is chanting. You can hear chanting.
From this like top section.
Somewhere from up here. Yeah.
Okay, that probably means they might notice light. Ugh. This mace is getting more and more annoying. So she goes back down, checks in with the Viper, and she's like, okay, there's probably people up there.
And so she's like, people like did you see them, or
I heard them chanting, so unless they have like magical.
is the chanting sound coming from the only way out?
No, there's still stairs going up, but it
Okay,
means that
up
maybe
is good. Then let's just do that. Go check the other stairs.
power with the dragon at it.
Just and she like pushes you. Just like go look.
You want me to go all the way up?
Yes, just
Fine.
go. Come on. I'll wait
You
here.
stand here in the dark.
Yeah, in the dark. Go. And yeah, she like shoves you back towards the stairs.
She's not sure she trusts her. So she's like, this is getting annoying. So she actually is curious, and Jules gonna go over and check the cells.
Okay. Yeah,
see.
they're locked.
Do they have like little windows or anything, or they just?
Yes, yeah, on this side.
Okay. She wants to peek in and see what's inside.
Okay, so you pull one open and it's empty. You close it shut. You turn, pull another one. That one's empty too. And you go to the last one and you open it up. And inside, you see he's turned away from you and kind of curled up in like a ball on the stone floor. And he's either unconscious or sleeping. You see slightly matted, curly red hair and a torn, like, noble, like, doublet.
Floon?
And then it's like a look, and you hear like, oh, good God, thank you. And Floon, like, he gets up and he comes over there and he's got like a black eye and he puts and he's like, Jewel, is that you? Oh gods, I told them it's just like before. I said it's not me you want, it's Renier. Do it to Renier. But then he's like, no, you're Renier, never Ember.
If you don't stop, she closes the window.
He's like, he's like, and then there's like a long pause, and you just hear like, Julia's still there.
She opens it a tiny bit.
And he's like,
be quiet.
I told them, and he's like got tears during this. I told them over and over, it's not me they wanted. I'm not Renier Never Ever. I keep telling people that we just look alike.
I think they know you weren't him. What did they want?
They were asking me about the gold, how to open the vault. I don't know anything about any vault.
Okay. So why are they keeping you in here, but not us?
What do you mean us?
Never mind.
You're not here to rescue me?
No, not at all. I'm trying to escape.
You have to take me with you. And he like reaches through the hole and he's like trying to like touch you, like, please.
Bats his hand away. I don't think I can get you out of here, but because I don't have.
I'm not going to survive. These people, they're evil. They're and not just regular noble evil, but like really evil, like devil worshipping evil.
Closes it.
No, please, The door rattles slightly as he slumps against it and slides to the floor.
I think she sort of shrugs because like she can't break him out. She doesn't have lockpicks.
Yeah, it's true.
So she's like, really, I'll come back for you, or someone will. And then goes back to the stairs.
Okay.
She goes up.
All right, and you begin to creep up the stairs. Okay, let me see. I think that the stairs might go to a different map. Yes, they do. Let me take you there.
Ooh.
Let's see. Area C.
Claws do not count as a tool for lockpicking.
Hell no. No, they definitely don't.
Fit your whole finger in there. It wouldn't work.
C29. This is a big house.
Jesus.
Okay, so let's see here. Sorry, you were too big for this map. There we go. You're down there. And you...
Oh my gosh.
You come up into... Let's see. I think this is the one. Let me double check here. This is going to be funny if it is this room. Let's see. The stairs say up to area C29. Okay. So area C29 in the Castellanter map.
It's gonna be
awesome.
Full of Castlanters.
Nope. So you climb up the stairs, you come to the top of the stairs, and you look into the room, and in front of you is a stack of 25-pound silver bars. Just like stacked up in the back of the room.
Jules, like I go so big.
Yeah.
If only it was gold. Is there anything else? Is there a door in this room?
It's just they're just stacked up in the back corner. Yeah, hoping for a way out, but instead you found your way into like a secret cache of Castellanter silver. You figure, yeah, there's 20 bars. They're each worth 25 gold. And they just seem to have been stashed here.
Huh.
Yeah, 100 pounds of silver in 5 pound bars.
Yeah. It's a lot of silver. But there's no door in this room, so
No,
she
that's
sort
it.
of,
It's a
like,
dead end.
sighs, picks up a bar and like hefts it a little bit. She's like, oh, I guess I could throw this at someone. Like stuffs one of them in her clothes.
Okay. Yeah.
She's like, no, I'll get one for the Viper too, and picks up another one.
Joop, joop. Okay. Yeah. So 10 pounds worth of silver.
She doesn't have the rest of her stuff, so she's
Yeah,
carrying.
you
no
also don't have a
equipment.
backpack, so these are like going into your shirt pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Make a note. You got two 25 GP 5-pound silver trade bars. And you want to head back down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you head back down. Cool. Okay. So as you head back down with your ill-gotten silver, I think we'll fade out onto our next break. Right there. Yeah. And you know what? If you do get out, you'll get out slightly richer than you came in. And now we know where Floon is. Poor Floon. Stick around, everybody. We got lots more Waterdeep Dragon Heist after the break.